Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4. We're going to be starting a brand new series here today on the Victorian era mod. We're going to be playing as Alexander II of the Russian Empire. So guys, I want to make a deal with you. If this video can hit 500 likes within 24 hours, I will do a double upload here today and release the second episode instantly. If not, you just have to wait a little bit longer for that second video. So we're going to be playing as Alexander II of Russia. The date is 1860 in the Victorian era. So I'll quickly go through some of the notable faction leaders, and then we'll get stuck right into the Russian campaign. So Napoleon III rules France. Abraham Lincoln is currently the leader of the United States. He has to deal with the American Civil War as well. Queen Victoria, of course, rules Britain. We have Kaiser Wilhelm I in Prussia. We've got Victor Emmanuel II in Italy. We have Franz Joseph von Habsburg in Austria. Alexander II in Russia. We've got the King dynasty down here as well. Belgium, the Netherlands, Denmark, South Africa, and Brazil. So let's get stuck right into the Russian campaign. Okay guys, I'll put in the description below the mods I am using, because as you can see I am using a textured mod, so it should make the colors look a lot better and surely should pop out a little bit more in the video. What's that shit song? My beat is poppin', wherever it goes. My collar is poppin', I think that's what it is. Anyway, let's get stuck into the Russian campaign. Now the thing is, right guys, Russia fascinates me as a country. This is what I really wanted to do this campaign. I've been reading this really good book on Peter the Great of Russia. And yeah, it's really, I find Russia just so fascinating. Obviously, under Peter's reign, he wanted to westernize Russia. He wanted to move away from those eastern sort of values. He even built St. Petersburg. He even had like a beard tax as well. Won a couple of wars against the Swedes as well. But yeah, I really want to sort of westernize Russia as best as I can. The thing is, right guys, Russia didn't have a massive colonial empire like the British. So that's what I really want to do for this campaign. We can push down against the Ottomans. They're probably going to be one of our big adversaries. Pushing into China could be good against the Qing dynasty. I think it's pronounced King instead of Quinn. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, yeah, let me know where you'd like me to expand. We're going to have to push down into some of these European countries like Prussia in particular and Russia to sort of help out. I also think I might make an alliance with Britain. I am using a faction manager mod, so I can control the faction and disband it whenever I want. I'm using an instant war goal mod as well. I'll put all in the description below. I'm also using like just the UI mod and the production stuff, so it's a lot easier to see. Okay, cool. So that's really what I want to do with Russia. I want to make them a global superpower, taking Europe, taking down in the Middle East. Maybe we can have a colonial conquest in Africa, maybe down in Australia, and in South America and the Americas. Let me know in the comment section down below. We also could, like, I don't know, maybe help out the Confederate States of America. Also, quite recently as well, I watched a great documentary about Vladimir Putin and how he rose to power. He was the finance minister in St. Petersburg, and I think his university professor was the mayor, and how it was just crazy how this KGB operative became one of the most powerful men in the entirety of Russia. So I really, really like Russia. I think I would love to go to St. Petersburg, definitely with that sort of Western style architecture. Apparently it's meant to look like a lot like Amsterdam in the sort of Netherlands here region. It's supposed to look like that. Yeah, it just fascinates me. It really, really does. I have a fascination with Russia. Anyway, let's go through our armies now. We want to build a colonial empire. The thing is, right, one of the major reasons as to why Russia didn't have a colonial empire was because just where Russia is, you know, the Ottomans weren't going to let the Russians push through Istanbul here. No way were they going to do that. Also up in the northern regions where they did have ports, one of the reasons why Peter the Great actually built St. Petersburg was to sort of have a naval trading thing. And because here in Russia, along sort of in the Baltics, it does freeze over quite often, and especially far in the north. That's actually probably one of the reasons why in real life Vladimir Putin invaded the the Crimeas, even though they took on like an insane amount of debt, they have a trading port and just like military well, they can push through here with or without military access. And also, sometimes, I don't know if it freezes over here, but I think it's just so far away that it's not really worth it. Oh wow, we have Alaska. What? Oh shit. I didn't realize this was before that got sold. So obviously, in real life, the Americans bought Alaska off the Russians. The Russians were fearing a British invasion. So we can actually invade Canada from the north. Huh. Anyway, I've been rambling on so much for this series. Let's sort of just get stuck in. So, obviously we're playing on the Victorian era. I love talking about history. I love rambling about it, even though I'm probably wrong the majority of it. But regardless, it's all just a bit of fun. I don't claim to be an historian. Anyway, what do we want to go with here? Because the engineering sort of stuff and the industry stuff takes a hell of a lot of time. So what we want to go down here now, because obviously armor isn't a thing. Neither are planes or tanks. Artillery is going to be our bread and butter for this series, so we want to try and get that 10% soft tack. That is going to help us significantly. Getting weapons equipment here as well will help us quite a bit, and maybe continuing down the mass assault doctrine will be a good idea. Okay, civilian factories wise, let's get a couple of them in and around Russia. Obviously, we want to have sort of our industry consolidated around Moscow. I think that's a little bit too much civilian factories for my liking, and then the rest can be military. We've got so much room here to build these military factories. Obviously, this is skewed for Hearts of Iron 4, the vanilla campaign, where there's a lot more stuff to sort of build. There's no point of building air bases. How's our infrastructure, sorry. We could upgrade that at some point if we've got really nothing else to deal with, but I don't think I'm going to be... It doesn't take that long to curt stuff over from Russia. So what I want to do here, guys, is basically I want to send everyone to the Prussian border, because I'm probably going to attack the Prussians first, you know? Okay, let's sort by skill, and then we're going to need a field marshal. We're probably better off going with Mikhail Tuk. We'll go with you then, and we'll go with the black unit color for the army. So we'll rally up here against the Germans. If we can take out Prussia, take out before like the Germans confederate, because the thing is, right, a German state is a relatively sort of new thing. It's usually made up of Bavaria, and there's all these other like smaller Germanic kingdoms that govern themselves. Okay, so what are we going through here? Trade-wise, we currently extract 228 oil, 150 aluminium. We have no rubber. We got tungsten. We've got a lot of steel, and we've got a lot of chromium. So we're actually really quite good for resources, which is great to see. We're going to put the last of our military factories into here. I'm going to have to fix up my naval as well. So this is sort of the general unit for the Russians, the Rakuskis. Where's Moscow? There's Moscow. We want everyone to rally up at Moscow, and then we want to get some mountain units as well. So let's quickly go through the army. I want to sort by type, because I do know there's a hell of a lot of cavalry, which in Hearts of Iron isn't good, because they are a military policing unit. They're not like the light cavalry. They're not a bunch of Australians who are part of the light horse, who are just fantastic. I'm going to have to get rid of this. I should have done this beforehand, doing that. So let's quickly get rid of these light horse, and then what we're going to do is we're going to repurpose the infantry equipment into divisions instead of wasting this, because you will be surprised how much infantry equipment we're going to get from that. So it should go into here. It's because I haven't ended the turn just yet. Anyway, I want everyone to go on the Prussian border, because that is who we are going to be attacking firstly. Yeah, let me know in the comment section down below where you would like me to expand. I really want to knock out the Ottomans, probably Sweden, push into Europe somewhat, and basically create a colonial empire for the Russians. That's sort of the main objective for the series. So we'll try and move some of these guys onto this front line where we can. I am going to keep a military presence over here in the far east because we do border with China. I do plan to go to war with them at some point. I'll show you guys the unique tech tree as well, but I think I want to create my own faction with Great Britain. What we'll do is we'll try and get them on side, because Great Britain, I'll show you guys, Great Britain has a lot of foreign ports. Hang on, is Portugal? Oh, okay, right. So they're currently guaranteeing the independence of Belgium and Portugal. Anyway, go back to this. I'll show you guys around the world. Where is Britain? How do I switch to this view? Fuck. Anyway, you guys should know that there's British fortresses and strongholds all around the world. So if we can ally up with Britain, we can have free transport to South Africa. Then we can take Botswana for ourselves, Zimbabwe, Kenya, Congo. We can even take the northern half of the British Raj. We're going to have to call them in at some point, but we really can wreak havoc. There's even like a portion here in South America. We've also got Alaska up here, so we can ferry our own troops up there as well, which is fantastic to see. Okay, we'll continue everyone over to Prussia, because they're probably the first lot of people we're going to try and to attack. Now, for some reason, I have tested this mod out just to make sure it's all working. For some reason, there's some units that you can't always rally up. I don't know why that is. Yeah, it's just these guys here. There's even some light horse. So I guess if we can't use them, I guess we'll just move to Moscow. Because sometimes, yeah, they just don't assign. Yeah. Well, some of them do there. Far in the north. But some of them don't. Okay. So let's get everyone to the front line here. Let's make a... did I make a... Yeah, I want to make a front line to the back of Prussia. Okay, Navy-wise, let's go through what we're sort of working with. So there are submarines in this game. God knows why. We've got submarines. We don't need so many of these. We only need the one lot of subs. And then the rest we'll go with. So we've got one lot of destroyers. Let's get a one light cruiser. The way that Great Britain dominated their colonial conquest was through their fiscal navy. They spent so much bloody money on their navy because they were an island nation. So they didn't really need to spend that much on their infantry. Obviously, landlocked nations had to spend a lot of money on their army, or just for the threat of being invaded. But obviously with the navy, you've got so much more, you get so much more economical benefit, because you can trade pretty much wherever you want. Okay, so let's chuck a couple of these, one onto the sub and then one onto the battle cruiser. Let's go through my navies, because I'm sure they're scattered all over the place. So the majority of my fleet is at St. Petersburg, or Leningrad in this. We'll sort by my commander. So we've got Artazinsi Golovog. Oh god, these fucking Russian names are going to be the death of me. Anyway, we'll put everyone here in the Baltic and the English Channel on search and destroy. From now on, I want the majority of my navy to rally up with the Baltic fleet instead of just going to auto. Okay, I don't think I probably can get everyone over to St. Petersburg. I think that might be a problem. We'll rally you up here. So you're going to be the command of the Black Sea. Yeah, no, you can't get out of here because of the blocking at Istanbul. In Scandinavia, you guys can rally up as well. Yeah, it's because it's mostly just frozen over. We can't even go through there, no. Okay, and then we should have a Eastern Navy over near China, and we do too. So let's rally up with you. Let's go with search and destroy in the Sea of China, the East China Sea, and the Yellow Sea. So that's my four navies over in the east, over down in the Crimeas, near the Caucasus somewhat, in the Baltic Sea here, and then up in the North Sea. Okay, national focus wise, there's a couple of options here for Russia. We can go down the China side. We can actually faction up with China. We can also like invite Japan, which is quite cool. Military, economical buildings here. New army, we can bunker down in Russia. What I'm thinking of going down is look for a faction ready for war. Our own faction, probably go down that perhaps. Okay, so let's start Russian Empire first, and we have some exiled divisions. Why is that? Is it because of just like the game that's bugging up? Anyway, I've done a lot first up, so let's do a save. I haven't even ended the turn yet, But I think I'm pretty much done. We're going to be focusing on artillery and guns as well. We've got those civilian factories coming along quite nicely. Here is the faction manager as well. Disband, leave faction, kick faction members, decrease tension. I'll put in the description below the faction manager. Okay, we've also got some slavery policy. Fascinating. We can go with slavery and immigration and stuff. So let's sort of speed things up a bit. For now, we'll see what happens. Under new leadership, with the morning of the... Oh, so it's the Communist Party. Because technically, right, we're the fascist colour, but we're technically a monarchy. Obviously, the majority of kingdoms in Europe now are a part of a monarchy. Obviously, down here in Prussia, they are a monarchy. In France, they're a monarchy. And along with Queen Elizabeth, they are a monarchy. I don't know why they've got sort of the fascist flag. Okay, so like I said, we've got a couple of units just here, right, that don't want to be assigned to the front line. I'm not entirely sure why that is. So we might as well, we probably won't rally them up directly at Moscow. Maybe like here then, at Smolensk. That's where my army's going to be. Okay. Cool. So we've got 67 divisions there. How many more of these guys do we have? We want to try and get them on the border here. Okay. So Prussia... Ah, okay, has there been a faction formed, has there? There has too. North German Confederation. Are there any other factions in-game? Oh yeah, we've got one down here. We've got the South American Coalition. So, can we actually join that if we want to? Yeah, we can. We can actually join the Germans. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to create my own faction, potentially with the British. I want to try and take the majority of Europe, you know? I think that'd be quite cool. Bring old Russian values in under sort of a new Westerner approach. Okay, so some Japanese troops are still here in the Queen. We even got Korea down here, Russia first. That just gave us 100 political power. And let's sort of go down this side of the tech tree as well. I think I'm ready to actually declare war upon Russia. Sorry, not Russia, Prussia itself. Be the best usher, I guess. So we've got a large river crossing, division still preparing. Is there some of my guys not quite there? Nope, we can do it now. So what we want to do is we want to hit the Prussians and hit them hard. So let's go do that. I'll do another save because we're about to declare war upon them. Taking out Prussia will be great because we can get... the thing is, right, we're going to need men and we're going to need a lot of men and equipment and just sort of power if we're going to try and overwhelm the Ottomans, because they're huge at the moment. We really want to deal with the Ottomans, the Chinese, and probably Europe in no particular order. But if we can get Prussia, maybe like Austria, maybe France, with us, along with England, we probably can take out the Ottomans quite quickly, and then we can do expanding on our provinces, because we want to sort of consolidate, build up, and then we want to probably expand. I don't know, no particular order, let me know in the comments. Okay, so let's justify our war goal against Kaiser Wilhelm now. So let's get ready to push. Our justification is done. Let's call our allies, we have none, and let's attack upon the German states. Here we go, the Russians are at war again. Germany under attack. So, we should be able to push quite quickly against them. The quicker the better. We'll take a German blitzkrieg, I guess. Oh wow, we're about to surround and kill a significant amount. Oh wow, the Chinese want to send 5 Chinese divisions. They do have a lot of gunpowder, so maybe it's not too bad chumming up with them. And the French! Fascinating. The French want to send us troops. We've also got a naval conflict as well. We've lost 22 of our submarinos. We've lost 5 destroyers, but we've taken out 5 German destroyers as well. We'll quickly surround and kill the last of the Germans in here, but in doing so we are losing our position a bit, so we're going to have to somewhat hold out. So who are we technically at war with now? Oh, okay, so we're actually fighting a pretty... not overly big German state, but we're also fighting against the Bavarian Kingdom and, of course, the Duchy of Bade. I think that's how you say it. That'd be quite cool. Maybe playing as, like, Bavaria, pulling them out and expanding them would be quite fun. We're about to surround and kill 11 German divisions here now. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's get the majority of them now to push to Berlin. Okay, we've got some military power now. Decrease joint tension. Create a faction law. Enable faction. Okay, that's cool. Not yet. We'll deal with the war against the Prussians. The Chinese and the French troops have come as well, so we've got their support, which is good. We're about to surround and kill some more. We're about to take Danzig as well. I want to try and take Danzig as best you can. Come on, we need to take Danzig. Kill these two here, and then we'll take Danzig. Oh wow, we're really pushing for Berlin now. Another naval combat, looking for a faction. Let's go down the go to war sort of stuff. What's happened here? 4 of our ships have been lost. So we've got like these guys that are just going to be chilling near Moscow. I guess that's going to be my defending garrison, you can say. We've got some military action now. We're doing well against the Germans though. I want to have a look at the stats real quick. So the Russian Empire and Prussian Kingdom War, we've lost 120k. We have a lot more manpower than them. We've probably got more divisions, arguably. They've just lost a little bit more than us. Okay, so we've got some new pistols, and our artillery's been upgraded as well. 400 days before we can do that. Probably go down the field hospitals route would be a very smart idea, along with continuing our artillery. Like I said, this is really going to be the bread and butter of the campaign, our artillery. Artillery is great in the vanilla Hearts of Iron game. I do recommend it if you're playing as a minor faction. Obviously, you don't have the economical might as sort of some of the big lads. We've taken Berlin here. I'm nearly half tempted to sort of split off a bit here. If you two can push up and take Hamburg, and then you guys go down to Frankfurt, maybe you hit Dortmund, you hit Hanover, and we've got Werder Bremen, not Werder Bremen, Bremen in the north. I'm thinking of the football team. How well are they capitulating now? 61. If we can sort of just like, sort of spider off everywhere, you know? Wilhelmshaven, Stettin, Rostock, Kiel. If we can take Hamburg, if we can take Frankfurt, I think that might be it. She might be all over Red Rover for the Germans. Prussians, really. In this time period now, we haven't been cut off. They're still holding here in Danzig. Prussia has capitulated now. Oh, we didn't get to take out their vassals. Oh, that sucks. We should be able to straight out take the Prussian state to the north. So what's happened here now? We've made a truce with them. I kind of want those southern German states, you know. So we've got some more naval stuff. We lost a unit here. We've gained a decent amount more of military factories, which is great to see. We can also put more here in our muskets. We've got a surplus of support equipment. We'll leave a little bit more because we're going to need to get more troops. We've also got now a larger navy, so let's try and even this out as best we can. Perfect. So we can modify our government now. Can we make an alliance with Great Britain? No, we can't create a faction with them just yet. Who actually really likes us sort of after that fight? Let's sort by... Oh no, we can't create a faction just yet. Alrighty, like I said, I wanted to sort of continue my conquest of some of the German states. So let's do that now then. Let's push against Bavaria. Or are we better off hitting against... Maybe we're just better off to hit both of them. Declare... Oh, we only really can do one at a time, so we might as well do it like that. Let's get rid of Stuttgart then. Okay, government-wise, we're currently on extensive conscription. Should we allow slavery? Because what does slavery actually do? Minus national unity. That's not good because we're actually at only 50%. We do get 30% political power. We get... Oh, factory output and research time. No slavery. Research time, no. I think we'll just keep it as nothing just for the time being. Immigration, low. Research time, monthly population. We probably could go with low immigration, but we get a -8 consumable goods. We'll even sort that stuff out for the time being. We are on extensive conscription, but we're Russia. We got like 8 million, doesn't really matter too much. What I can do now, however, is I can go through and edit some of these, which will help. And maybe making my divisions a little bit bigger will bolster us up a bit more as well. And we'll get those field hospitals in, which will be superb. Like the Mountaineer guys are quite big as well. That's cool. Okay, let's move down to hit against, what, the Duchy of Bade. I think that's how you say it. We've got some more troops here in Moscow, so let's send them down here. Alright, cool. So we can't create a faction with anyone just yet. Oh, I thought we would have been able to, you know. Sort by Great Britain, no, they don't like me too much. No, maybe we have to deal with a couple of others. Oh, okay, the German Navy is still a thing, which is quite funny. Okay, cool, let's continue off with these states. We should have been able to fight them, but because we took Prussia, they can join me. Why do they want to join me so much? Oh. Anyway. Did I just justify war against the wrong country? Oh, we've got a peace with them, so it's gonna... 27th of July is going to expire, for fuck's sake. Okay, cool. Our national focus is now expired. We can go our own faction. Focus, yeah, so we can get 150 political power and we can create our own faction, so we'll probably just wait for that. Okay, it's the 3rd of August now, it's past the 27th, so let's push in now against Stuttgart. The French and the Chinese still wanting to give us more volunteers. Okay, so they've capitulated now, let's take all them. World tension at 44%. Yeah, no, still no one wants to join us. Maybe we can't do it just yet. Anyway, let's now push and take Bavaria. Because now that peace treaty should have expired. I hate how it just like autoed peace treaty. It's kind of a shame. Okay, how far away are we getting those field hospitals? 100 days. And we're getting our upgraded artillery very shortly. But it looks like these Bavaria, these sort of southern Germanic countries really don't have much stock, do they? When does this peace treaty expire? The 14th of September. Why was their one so much later? Anyway, let's get some improved artillery as well, because we're going to need to upgrade them. Okay, research-wise, I think we should continue down the artillery stuff. We're not going to need anti-air, we're not going to need anti-tanks. Let's just really push down that side of the tree. Okay, so we've got some more guys here in Moscow, so let's send them to the front line. We'll quickly deal with Bavaria here now, and then I want to try and get an alliance. We don't have to go with the British. We could go with like the French or something. I really just want to go make an alliance with someone so I can take... Hang on, why can't I? Oh, I've got 2 here. Oh god, what have I done? Sorry about that one, guys. As you would have seen, I don't know how the hell I did it. I think because I declared war upon them twice, it like bugged out and then I couldn't actually declare war on them. That was just really, really weird. So we'll go against the Bavarians now. We're going to be able to get stuck into them. They haven't got an army, so they're not going to be much of a problem now. Now, so now they want to join me? Is it because we're at war? So we can make an alliance with Great Britain now. Who else? France? Let's sort by happiness. Spain don't want to join me. I can make a faction with China, not Japan. Does anyone else? Afghanistan we could. Austria we could. Botswana. I was just sort of curious. The thing is, right, I said from the start I wanted to go with England because of their overseas territories down here in the west, down in South Africa. We can push down there. They've even got some territories in South America. We can even push through our northern bit. India as well. And then once we use them for our own gains, our colonial gains. We'll fuck them off, potentially declare war on them, and probably disband the faction. We could go with the French. They've got a stronghold here in modern-day Thailand and in North Africa, somewhere to the west. Even a small pocket here in the Americas. But I think Great Britain would be better. Okay, so let's do that then. Let's make an alliance with Queen Victoria. Now, what should we name the faction? The British-Russian Alliance? I don't know. I was sort of like umming and ahhing whether or not to go with the French or the British. So what we're going to call this is actually, I looked through history to see if the British had an alliance ever with the Russians, and they did. They actually called it the Anglo-Russian Entente. So what we're going to do is we're going to call this the Russian Anglo Entente. I think that's how you spell that, right? Russian Anglo Entente. Yep, that looks alright to me. Okay, so let's create the British Anglo Entente. The new dawn of oh yes, the dawn of the Russian Anglo Entente. Russian Empire, famed for their faith in strength and superiority of its people and nation, is not far beyond making alliances. Alexander II has announced that the final agreements have been made. The Russian Anglo-Entente, a military coalition, which reported resuming in the nations. Oh, that's great. Expand beyond them together. Together, we will never be defeated. The British accept the terms. To be fair, we could oh, okay, so the French didn't want to come. I was going to say if the French could come, we could call it the Triple Entente. Isn't that what the thing was called? Anyway, so we've got the British on side now. They're really going to help us in the wars to come against the Ottomans. So here is the Russian Anglo-Entente. Here is the entirety of it. Wow, that's really, really cool to see. We'll finish off Bavaria here now. And, oh, why is that being cancelled? Oh, because we're technically in a faction, right. So that means we can't go down the Japan stuff. We can still go down the side of the tech tree. It's just now that it's being cancelled. Okay, I'd rather have Britain than just Japan, you know. Okay, let's go down some industry stuff. I think is probably our best bet, and then probably rejig some of our government. So we'll quickly finish off Bavaria. Great news, they have capitulated. We'll take all that. They've been annexed now. Now, who do we attack? Maybe Austria would be a good bet. I think the French are just a little bit too big. Oh, to be fair, the Austrians are going to be a pretty big fight, but maybe with help of our British allies, that would be great. I don't particularly want to expand in my colonial territories just yet, because what we can do is we can send like our entire army down to here, or like South Africa, you know, with free transport. And we can start taking, like, Zimbabwe, Botswana. We can really start carving up these territories for the Russians. Okay, so that is Vienna there. We can nearly split the country in half. Taking Bavaria. Got a little bit more sort of military factories. Probably should modify my government as well. Do we have reinforcements at St. Petersburg? We do. I want to deal with China. Having trade and all those resources to the east might be a good idea. We can even push through there. But the thing is, the tricky part is going to get to Africa and South America and stuff. We can also push through northern Alaska, which I didn't realize. Obviously, life started in Africa, like thousands and thousands of years ago. I didn't realize how humans got to the Americas was by this way. Like, obviously, life started in Africa, it spread out to Europe, it spread out to here, and obviously they went too far north because of, like, the ice caps, you know? It was really frozen north. So, once the ice started to melt, the humans went through the Middle East, all the way up through here. This is how they got to South Africa, humans. They went all the way up through here, Japan, because this was, like, frozen and stuff. They could just like walk across over here, and that's how they populated the Americas, South America. That's how they went down there. Like, I sort of thought, I guess some of them probably made boats and sailed over, but the majority of them just migrated through here for thousands of years, which I was like, what the hell? I never knew that. That was just really, it just blew me away. It really blew my mind. Right, extensive conscription is fine. Export focus. That's fine. We're not getting ripped off too much, are we? We're exporting probably to our allies only now, anyway. Right, okay, war economy, which we're on, which is fine. We can go with slavery. We don't have the best national unity, that's the only thing, minus 20. That's what I'm sort of more worried about than anything. Low immigration, research time. I don't know if I should really sort of bugger around with that stuff. Fascist, democracy, communism. They probably want to go... Oh, national unity, that's what we can do. Get that 15% national unity. Let's do that then, and then let's go with slavery. It's probably not the most West... Oh, well, I don't know. Arguably, it probably is a Western thinking enslaving people. Disband faction, leave factions. We can kick other members out as well, which is really cool. That's what we can do. Okay, so let's rally up. I don't know. Do you think we're going to be able to beat the Austrians? Taking another huge chunk here would be good. I don't want to go to war with the French just yet. We'll get rid of Austria, and then we might sort of... Maybe, like... Maybe Romania as well. Because I want to take out the Ottomans as well. I think fighting in China is just going to be a little bit too difficult just yet. They don't really, like, despise me or anything. We're not getting any crazy ideology drifts or anything. No, we're not. Okay, let's continue down the mass assault. What else are we currently researching? Improved artillery and field hospitals. Alright, that's cool. Alright. Yeah, it looks like there doesn't seem to be too many on the borders here. We should be able to outnumber them. We've got 84 of our own Russians. Now, with our new alliance with England, Queen Victoria, the Russian Anglo-Entente, I'm hoping we'll be victorious. So let's declare war upon Austria now, taking out most of the German states. Once we've got them backing us, along with Britain, along with Russia, of course, we should be able to knock out the Ottomans quite quickly. We need sort of a unified army to deal with them. Okay, so what are we actually dealing with? Great Britain's on our side, along with the Russians. They're bringing 76 divisions. We've got 184. Oh, whoops, I was reading the factories. They've got 33. We have 107. That was foolish of me. And they have between... Okay, so we do outnumber them quite significantly. We want to try and push forward to Vienna as quickly as possible. We are on a... Oh, what's happened here? We've been just drawn into something. Oh, what the fuck? So we're at war with the South American coalition. Shit. We might lose those British territories in South America, which is what we can't afford to lose if we ever want to push through there. So what's happened is Austria, when we declared war upon them, decided to join the South American faction, the South American coalition. That's shit. We can't afford to lose those territories here. We can't afford to lose them. You never thought the Russians would be going to war with the Brazilians, but we might actually be. I think we're going to be fine here if we can sacrifice a couple of units to sort of bail out. So let's just try and take some everywhere off the front line. Probably 5 or so divisions. We can't afford to take too many off, that's the problem. Alright. We got 6. That should be enough. So who's going to be the expeditionary commander to Brazil? Ivan Convey. Great. You're going to be the man. Go to Haven here. And let's continue against the Austrians. Right, we're still pushing here. If we can get a really hard push here, we can pretty much cut the nation in half. Because that's what we want. Push through here. And then you guys push through the bottom end of the country. Easy. We've split them off now. Surround and kill them. Get you 5 guys to Vienna. And then swing around the bottom near Croatia. Okay, let's sort of switch up the colours here because it's a little bit sort of confusing. So, and then you can be that yellow. And then you can be the white. Alright. Have we already lost those lands? The French have dropped troops here. No, it's just the British. How many men can this region support? Only 8. Let's send some guys down there now. We should be able to go straight there. Yeah, as you can see. What other policies can we get with Britain? Lend-Lease, Expeditionary Force, give control of state. We can give them states, right. We'll quickly deal with the Austrians here now then. We've got them on the back foot massively. We just need to sprawl in and eliminate this part of Russia. Sorry, Austria. Cool beans. Austria has capitulated. We managed to get 365 Austrian rifles, 12 support equipment, and 12 other. So now we've defeated Austria, yet we are still at war with Argentina and now Brazil in the Americas. So it looks like we're going to have to deal with the Brazilian and Argentina, which is going to be a really hard test of our will, I guess. How long until those guys get to here? You're still going down here to put some support. Right, okay, military factories wise, we've got heaps in Austria. We want to continue with improved artillery. Modify government wise, kick faction members. Probably can look to go down some of these as well. Dockyards, we've got some more, which is great. Alrighty then, I got some spare political power. So what we can do is we can have a look what we can use it for. So I'm thinking probably the army drill, get the -5 training time would be really good for us. So we're going to have to go and defend this British Empire outpost near Brazil. I think the war against the Ottomans and potentially the Chinese will have to wait. We're going to have to deal with the South American conquest of Brazil and Argentina. Once we start pushing out a bit here, we can send over our reinforcements. So it looks like we're going to have our first taste of colonial conquest when, yeah, it looks like we'll say the Brazilians raided the British camp and, yeah, we've kind of helped with Austrian support. So we really could take Canada in the north. What's the go with Canada now? Independence of Canada is guaranteed by other nations. John MacDonald of Canada. I didn't know if, like, Britain was a puppet. Sorry, Canada was a puppet. Denmark so is Iceland and stuff. Okay, cool. So on that note, guys, unfortunately it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. We're probably going to expand into South America in the next episode. Get some colonial settlements going. We will mine the gold and all the valuable luxuries and resources in Brazil. Then we could always make an expansion into South Africa. I want to get rid of the Ottoman Empire so we can get like the Suez Canal. There's so much good resources here in the Middle East. Could do some invasions into India. We can get rid of China. There's endless possibilities for this Russian campaign under Alexander II. Hopefully you enjoyed the Russian Anglo-Entente. And yeah, I can't wait to make more videos for this series. Thanks guys for watching. If this video can hit 500 likes within 24 hours, I will do a double upload here today and release the second video instantly. If not, you just have to wait a little bit longer. Okay guys, if you want to stay connected with me on my social media links, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, all in the description below. Highly recommend Instagram. I've started posting more videos now and I've done a face reveal on there if you want to go check that out. I made the decision to start uploading more stuff to Instagram because I just really want to, and it's better than having all those sort of photos and videos on Instagram where you can just sort of see them all instead of Twitter where they do like disappear quite easily. G2A, if you guys want to see and check out some cheap and reliable games, maybe you want to get Hearts of Iron, maybe you want to get Crusader Kings 2, maybe a Total War you haven't picked up just yet, check out my G2A affiliation link in the description below for cheap and reliable games. Patreon, Steam group there as well. Come and join the community on Steam. Stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for more Russian Empire campaign on the Victorian era mod. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye. Really close cinematic shots here, pushing through the bridge. Oh, look at... That was probably the shot of the video there.